have ever heard of the word slope before? Let the record show everybody's hand is in the air. Good. That makes total sense to me. So what I want to do is I want you to just spit out everything that you know about slope, and I'm going to make a little mind. Very good. Okay, this is pretty good. All right, take a look at this. Here's a little mind map for slope, okay? Slope can be considered of as a ratio, and the ratio would be the rise over the run. Slope is in the equation y equals mx plus b. The variable for slope that we use is m, and you guys told me that slope can be positive, negative, undefined, or 0. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good start. Does anyone know the actual slope formula? Anybody know the actual slope formula? What do you think, Russ? I'll give you a hint. It's y2.
Yeah, it's y2 minus y1 equals x2 minus x1.
Ah, you're super close. It's a ratio, right? Over x2 minus x1. So this part is super important for us to remember as in terms of... Okay. So what we have here is we have 2 points in the plane. We have -3, -2, and we have 4, 1, and we have the line that connects them both. And our goal here is to find the slope. So on the left-hand side, right over here, okay, I want you guys to make a guess. Okay, I want you to make a guess. Is the slope positive, negative, 0, or undefined right now? Go ahead and mark down whatever you think your guess is for this line. Is this slope positive? Is this slope negative? Is this slope 0? Or is this slope undefined? It's a guess. Go ahead and make it in the left-hand side whenever you're done. Okay, it's a guess. You pick one of them. Pick one of them. It's a guess. Positive, negative, 0, or undefined. Okay, write it down. All right, now that you've made a guess, how many of you read a book? How many of you ever read a book? Which direction do you read books? Left to right or right to left? Left to right. We read books left to right. We're going to read graphs the same way, from left to right. So which point is the point on the left? -3, 2 or 4, 1? -3, 2. So we're going to start with the point on the left. And what I want you to do is this, okay? I want you to start at that point on the left, and I want you to do the rise and then the run. Now what I mean by the rise is I want you to figure out how high you need to rise up to be parallel to the other points in the plane. So I'm going to stop right there. How high do I have to rise up to be parallel to the other point, the right-hand point? So go ahead and draw that line on your page. And then put that number in. How far up did you have to go? How many units? 1, 2, 3. So this is 3 units up. You guys agree with that? Okay, good. Now, let's do the run. How far over do you have to get to that point? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this direction is 7. You guys with me so far? Mm-hmm. Now the slope is the rise, which in this case was 3 units, divided by the run, which in this case was 7 units. So what is the slope of this line? 3 over 7. Is 3 over 7 a positive number, a negative number, the number 0, or undefined? Yeah, this is a positive slope. So we have learned that positive slopes go up from left to right. What do you guys think about that? Does that make sense? Okay, who guessed right? Put your hands up. Ooh, I'd say about 80% of the class guessed right. Okay, not bad. Now, who remembers the slope formula? Okay, what is it? Go ahead.
y2 minus y1
Yep.
over x2 minus x1.
Very good. So, we're going to go from left to right because that's how we read books. This is the first point. This is x1. This is y1. This is our second point. This is x2. This is y2. I'm going to plug into my formula, and hopefully it's the exact same thing as 3/7. Otherwise, we did something wrong. So which number is y sub 2? What's the value for y sub 2? 1. Very good. So that's going to be 1. Minus, what's the value of y sub 1? -2. Now notice I'm going to use parentheses so that I do not mess up my negative signs. What's the value of x sub 2? 4. Very good. Subtract. What's the value of x sub 1? -3. Now notice again I'm using parentheses to show you that I don't get my minus signs mixed up. 1 minus a negative 2 is a positive 3. 4 minus a negative 3 is a positive 7. Oh my goodness. Whether you do it by the formula way or whether you do it by the rise over run graphing way, you get 3 sevenths. Which one do you guys like better? The actual picture? Yeah? Okay, cool. I'm with you. Okay, let's try this one. Alright, so we have a new point in the plane. We have the point negative 4 comma 2. And we have the point 5 comma negative 3. Okay, I want you to make a guess. Would you think that this particular slope, is this a positive slope? Does this line have a positive slope? Does this line have a negative slope? Is the slope 0 or is the slope undefined? Okay, I want you to make a choice there, any one of those that you want to pick. And I put little boxes around there. So is that slope positive? Is that slope negative? Is the slope 0 or is that slope undefined? Go ahead and make a little choice. Make a little guess. Alright, again, we'll read books from left to right. We're going to read graphs the same way from left to right. Which point is on the left? Negative 4, 2 or 5 comma negative 3? Negative 4, 2. Now, in this case, I have to go down, don't I? I have to go down all the way to this point to become even with my right point. So I want to make my points even. So go ahead and count. How far down do you have to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I had to go down 5. So I'm going to call that negative 5. I'm going down 5. You guys agree with that? Okay, then go over to that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like I go 9 to the right. You guys follow? All right, good. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see. Now, since the slope is equal to the rise over the run, the rise in this case was down. I had to go down to get even to my point. So that looks like negative 5, and the run was 9. So I think that the slope is a negative 5/9. Who guessed negative? Put your hands up. Let me see. Who guessed negative? Looks like almost everybody in the room guessed negative. Junior, pay attention. Good. Okay. Who remembers the slope formula? Nice job, Ramsey. Way to go, dude. Okay, what is, this is my first point, x1, y1. This is my second point, x2, y2. Okay, y sub 2. What's the value of y sub 2? Uh-oh, you guys forget already? What's negative 3? There you go, good. Minus, what's the value of y sub 1? 2, good. What's x sub 2? 5. Minus the value of x sub 1? Negative 4. What's negative 3 minus 2? Negative 5. What is 5 minus a negative 4? 9. Are they the same? Yes, they're the same. Okay, take a look at your partner's work. Make sure everyone's got this on the same page as us here. Let's focus on the one on the left here. All right. How would you describe the line on the left? As horizontal or vertical? Yeah, horizontal, right? I would say you're totally right. You'd say horizontal. So this is like x1, this is y1, this is x2, and this is y2. So if I use the slope formula for this, all right, the slope in this case, how far do I have to go, how far do I have to rise up to be even with the next point, the point on the right? 0, right? And how far over do I have to go to get there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's 0 divided by any number? It is 0, right? So horizontal lines have a slope of 0. All horizontal lines have a slope of 0. Think about it like the ground, right? If the ground is flat, there's no slope. The slope is equal to 0. That's different than a vertical line, like the one I have on the right-hand side. A vertical line would be the rise part. I have to do that part first. So 1, 2, 3. So the rise would be up 3. The rise would be up 3, but how far over left and right do I have to go? How far over do I have to go to be parallel with that point up at the top? 0, right? So now, this is where we run into a problem. What is any number divided by 0? No, it's not any number. Are you allowed to divide it? Yeah, it's undefined. So do you see where the difference, where the 0 is? It makes a big difference, right? 0 divided by any number is still 0, but any number divided by 0, we call that undefined. So that means that any horizontal line you have will have a slope of what? No, any horizontal line. Horizontal line, have a slope. 0, good. How about vertical lines? They'll have a slope of what? Undefined, exactly. I'll give you the values for days 2 and 5. Yeah, I wish gas was this cheap, right? So here's a relationship between time over days and the price of gas. And we're going to interpret this as a rate of change. So all we're going to do is we're going to calculate the slope given 2 points here. Okay? So we're going to use this point, and we're going to use this point here. Now I could pick any 2 points, but I'm going to choose to make those. And we're going to try and figure out how much money is it changing per day. So money per day. So we're going to figure out the change. We're going to figure out the change in gallons divided by the change in time. So this is going to be nothing more than the slope. So we're going to take 319, subtract off 299, and divide it by days. 5 minus 1. All right, let's see here. What's 319 subtract 299? How much would that be? What's 319 minus 299? Who's got $3.19 minus $2.99? Nope. Nope. $4. Okay, here you go. You work at a store. Here you go. $3.19 minus $2.99 is 20 cents. Okay. So 20 cents. How many days is that? How many days? 4 days. Good. Okay, here we go. Let's figure out 0.20 divided by 4. What does that give us? 0.05, right? Equals 0.05, and that's in cents. Okay, somebody interpret the answer for me. Is that how much gas costs today?
Hell no.
No, that's not what that means. What does that mean? What does the 0.05 cents mean? Remember, we're talking about a rate of change. Yes, what do you think? Ooh, Aaron, say it again louder.
That's how much it's rising every day.
Every day. So put it together in a nice long sentence. The gas of price, blah, 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 blah. Finish the sentence for me. Go ahead.
What?
The price of gas, you finish.
Price of gas is raising 5 cents every day.
There it is. He said the price of gas is raising 5 cents every single day. That is a rate of change for this data, the rate of change. Now, it fluctuates in real life. You should check out gas prices for a week. Like over here at the Valero, it was $3.99 last week. Now it's $4.19 this week. It just goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So a rate of change is nothing more than finding the slope. It just has different numbers involved. So we found the rate of change for the gas